Now, after a 2-year hiatus, it's all systems go for the Tweede Nuwe Jaar in Cape Town. Also known as the Kapse Festival, colourful display of dance, music and other displays will brighten the streets of the mother city as New Year celebrations continue. Now, many streets have been closed in the city with thousands of spectators expected when the celebrations start later on today. eNCA's Ronald Masinda is in the thick of the festivities in the CBD and joins us this afternoon for more. Very good afternoon to you, Ronald. Now, the last time we spoke, the program was going to start, and I'm sure that festivities have gotten underway this hour, and that the streets have started to fill with community members from all walks of the mother city. Give us a bit of an update on what's going on this hour.
Well, the carnival-like atmosphere is ongoing here on the streets of the mother city. Thousands of troopers are participating in this year's parade. But what we also understand is that it's not only about the restoration of a heritage, but also an opportunity for many people from different backgrounds to build social cohesion in their communities that are plagued by various social ills such as crime and drug abuse. I've got so many people to speak to this afternoon, but I'm just going to quickly go through one by one, and perhaps they will have to introduce themselves. Sir, thank you so much for your time. How long have you participated in this event, and can you tell us more?
Well, I've been with this event since 1959. I was 10 years old. I can also about the Greenpoint track, and from the Greenpoint track we went to Athlone Stadium. By Athlone Stadium we came to Greenpoint Stadium. By Greenpoint Stadium we went back to Athlone Stadium. By Athlone Stadium we went to the baseball stadium in Athlone and back to Greenpoint Stadium. So basically I got a fair amount of, I played all the stadiums, right? And basically to my mind this is a very beautiful culture, and it's basically as a sport, a wonderful sport. And if we talk about culture, we must try to maintain the tradition. Irrespective of financial problems, the tradition is of paramount importance as far as I'm concerned.
I was definitely not born in 1959, but what I can ask you, what has changed since then?
Well, quite a few things have changed because of the proximity where the Group Areas Act, the moving of the people from District 6, from various areas. And that is had an impact on everything that we have to do back then. But the main thing is about this is it's about the tradition. Tweede Nuwe Jaar, and I say again, we become back as a holiday. It's only in Cape Town it was first New Year, second New Year was a public holiday, not in Joburg, not in, only in Cape Town. So to have that back, we must try to have that back so that we can use as Tweede Nuwe Jaar as a Tweede Nuwe Road March, period.
Fantastic, thank you so much for your time. Let's move on to our next guest. Sir, you've also been part of this particular event for many years. Are you happy with things?
Yeah, first of all, good afternoon and Happy New Year to each and everybody. Yeah, let's just come quickly back to the event. There is some concern from outside as the Cape Town Minstrel Carnival Association. My name is Sadiq Sukker. What has transpired here is that we do not believe and we are not in favor of this sleep parade being renamed, which was done unconstitutionally without no consultation of anybody. Right? This sleep parade is known as the Freedom of Slaves Street Parade that we have been celebrating for years. The city of Cape Town and Hollywood decided to rename the sleep parade without no consultation, and at the end of the day it was done unconstitutionally. And as far as I'm concerned, I was born and bred. We started the Cape Town Minstrel Carnival Association. We are the oldest organization, and we are the recognized body of and the custodian of this sleep parade, which is recognized by the national government.
But the argument then is this particular event also went through financial problems, and with the city of Cape Town also securing sponsors to assist with this event, it is argued that without those sponsors we might not have seen today.
I don't agree with that, because first of all, we used to run the city parade, sir. There was no barricades, nothing. There was no fencing, whatever. We used to come through this Cape Town, am I correct? The people can verify what I'm saying. When it was opened up like the Rio Carnival, where we could enter, where you could actually integrate with your people that is there. You understand? What has changed? Yes, we understand that there were certain changes with registration and whatever. However, like I said, our concern here today, and this needs to be put over, the people is paying 120 rand for a golden circle. That was never done in our time, sir.
Let's leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Sir, can we bring you in? Do you agree with this gentleman?
Yes, Yahya Canfield, fully agree with what he is saying. We've been in communication with this organization that is running this street parade. And up until today, only yesterday they started communicating with us, telling us what we supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do. So we couldn't support, and we had to duck and dive and get things done. Affiliation, signing of all documentation that we had to rush through. We couldn't peruse, we couldn't get our legal teams to peruse this documentation. However, because we have the love of this event, we carried on and we asked the affiliates of this organization, the Cape Town Minstrel Carnival Association, to sign all these documents, unknowing what they are signing. But fortunately, with good faith, we have signed it so that we can have a good march and we can have a good presentation towards our community of Cape Town.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, it's unfortunate to hear that there are people who are divided with what's happening today, but let's perhaps, before I throw it back to you, Rufua, let's perhaps try and listen to some of the people here as the fans. Do you want to speak, sir?
Yes. I am a guy, 40 years in this sport, 40 years. It will always be a Cape Council, current council in the Koens. No one, no government, no one can take it away from us. No one.
Are you happy with what you're seeing today?
No, I'm not happy because this was never, in our time, this was never happened. It was open for everyone. Why must they put these barriers? There was no barriers, there was no police involved, nothing. And why does it charge the people? They on the grand parade, the city hall, 120 rand to sit. It must be free. You shouldn't pay there.
All right, let's leave it there. So still, there are some people who are disgruntled about what's happening today, but what I can tell you on the streets is that the fun continues, a colorful display by those who are participating at today's event. It's back to you in studio.
Very interesting to see some of those divisions in a viewpoint of the goings on of the Cup Klapsa this year, Ronald. But I guess we'll catch up with you a little bit later. That is eNCA's Ronald Masinda out in Cape Town covering that colourful festival that has come back after a hiatus of COVID-19.